everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is 100% going to be about cross listing, cross posting, whichever you want to call it. Unless, my typical rambling, I might get caught on something else, but that is what this video today is going to be about. So let's dive on. Why is cross posting important? First off, I learned this from Jess Loves Posh. She changed her name. She's now Jess Loves Pizza. Go follow her. She's here on YouTube. She is on Instagram. She is launching her own business. So yeah, need to give credit to her. I was starting to see that my sales were dwindling. My followers were dwindling. I was not where I wanted to be. And a coworker of mine, she also is a part-time reseller. Before all the COVID craziness started, this is when I first started diving into cross-posting. I was 100% on Poshmark. I didn't have any of the other platforms. I had kind of purchased from the other ones, or I had already known about it, but I didn't have any listings except for on Poshmark. One day, my coworker tagged me on a post of Jess Loves Posh, now Jess Loves Pizza, post about cross-posting, cross-listing, because she was kind of, I think it was Mercari. She was talking about Mercari, and I was like, wow, I've heard about it, those ads that we get, when you're scrolling or you're on YouTube or something, and I'd seen that, and I was like, man, let me go check it out, and my coworker was going to download it as well, and she does have things on there now. And let me just say, I am thankful that I read her posts and started to branch out. And I'll tell you my phone here so I can go through and give accurate numbers. And before I get started with numbers from Mercari, I will say now, this was back in February, I believe, and it's now May 1st. And going from just being on Poshmark, I am now Poshmark, Mercari, Kidizen, thanks to Ginger Marvin. She is Ginger Threads on some outlets, but on Instagram she is Ginger Marvin. I am now on eBay, and is that those four? Yeah, those four. And it is going pretty well compared to just being on one platform where you think you're gonna make all your sales. Something that Jess said that really resonated with me was, you cannot have one source of income. And I was like, such a simple phrase, just a few words put together, and it makes sense. I was thinking that just Poshmark, which for a lot of people, the lucky ones, I want to be 100% honest, not all of us are gonna make it into the six-figure numbers just on Poshmark. Because why? There's different people on each one. Somebody that might not like those American Eagle shorts on Poshmark likes them on Mercari, or wanted them on eBay, or you had it one price on here and had another, because out of all the four, I'll be honest, Poshmark takes 20% of what you make. That is the most out of the other ones. I think the other ones are 10%, and eBay only takes like a small fraction from each listing. So to be brutally honest, I already mentioned in my last video, so stop now. I am not going to talk about Kidizen in this video, because that is what I talked about in my very last video before this, so go back and watch that first. So those numbers are not going to be included, but that was the second platform I downloaded from seeing Ginger Marvin, and that was around the same time I saw Jess post that, and that's when I downloaded Mercari, and that's what I'm about to talk about. So I've started branching out the very end of February, and then I want to say March 1st is when I downloaded Mercari, and I was like, let me just throw a few things on there and see how it goes. And some of this I had already had posted for like a month on Poshmark, and it wasn't getting any likes, and it was pretty popular stuff that I was like, wow, normally I would have already sold this. And the very first thing I sold on Mercari were these American Eagle denim cut shorts for $14. I had these posted on Poshmark, no likes. People were kind of sharing it, and this lady just straight up bought it. I didn't have to send her an offer. She just bought it, got them, loved them, And that made me realize, like, hey, this lady probably might not be on Poshmark, but I had what she wanted on Mercari, and like, that was in my first 24 hours. I got lucky. And I talked about that in Kidizen too, because that's what happened on Kidizen. Basically, my mind was blown, and it was almost a 100% profit. I don't, maybe I should say 90, because those American Eagle shorts and what I'm about to show you from the rest of the stuff that I sold on Mercari, I got from the Goodwill bins. If you don't know what that is, certain areas have the Goodwill bins. It's like an area that you can go and shop for stuff by the pound. It's $1 per pound instead of it going to the store and being hung up on individual hangers and you know paying $7 for one thing. So I got 16 pounds of stuff for $16, and right there with that first pair of shorts, I've almost made my money back. And then the second thing I sold were these Old Navy pixie style ankle pants. I sold those for $13. And then I sold some, this was probably the best thing I've sold so far on Mercari. These White House Black Market dress pants. They were beautiful emerald green. I sold those for $30. Realistically, I paid $1 for those. I mean, and these, once again, are things that I had listed on Poshmark a month to 2 months. No likes, no offers, no nothing. I feel like I'm rambling, but this is why cross-posting, cross-listing so important. There's different people with different interests on different platforms. And if you watched my Kidizen video before this one, you know I like to be 100% honest with numbers. I'm not the kind that's going to show you a chart but not let you see the numbers. I gave the info of what I made in my first week on Kidizen, and let's see, I've been on Mercari almost 2 months, like a week shy of 2 months, and I've made $100. That's profit. That's like shipping and everything's already been taken out. That's just 100% what I have in my balance that I'm waiting to transfer over. I've kind of set a goal for myself that I want to get to $200 before I transfer it to my bank account. Everybody's different. Some people do one sell and transfer, but I want to kind of build it up so I'm not just sending little amounts each time. So in 2 months, I'm pretty happy, considering in June will be my 1 year with Poshmark, and I've only had $400 in sales. Wow, I probably just embarrassed myself saying those real numbers, but this is real. I want people, if they're like thinking about reselling, to what you're going to be getting into. Am I happy about those numbers? No, but I've been able to pay off debt, because that's what I use this money towards, is paying off student loans, car payments, you know, doubling down on payments. So that's still pretty good. But that's, you know, that most of that was before me branching out, thinking that I was going to just make money on that platform. So hopefully before June, those numbers might double. The last platform I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to try and make this video not too terribly long, is eBay. I was a little weary about eBay, just from my past of purchasing on it. A couple of times I didn't have a good experience. I'll just put it at that. So I was like, wow, do I want to sell on there? And then I will say one thing I kind of do not like about eBay is your shipping labels. You can do your shipping labels from anywhere, but they prefer you to do it on PayPal. And I honestly think PayPal shipping postage costs are way more than USPS or you know, like Mercari, Poshmark's already included. So be wary of that. I feel like it's a little bit more. But overall, in 2 months, just like Mercari, because I downloaded eBay probably a week after I downloaded Mercari, because I was like, if I'm doing this, I'm going to do as many. I know there's a lot of other platforms, but for now, 4 is what I'm comfortable with. And in less than 2 months, I have sold almost $300. So you could say right now eBay is my best platform in the shortest amount of time, which is funny because I held myself back a while from downloading it and kind of posting stuff. And the sad thing is I don't have nearly as many things posted on eBay than I do on Poshmark or Mercari. But there's people on there that want things, and it's a platform that's the first one. eBay was the first one, really. And you can get literally anything on eBay. So dive in. Don't be nervous or anxious like I am. Those are totally valid emotions, but just dive on in. Start slow. If you have any questions, you can comment down below. I'm still learning, but we can get through this together. Okay, I promised I would not make this video super long, but like I said in the beginning, and how Jess said in her post, and I'm so thankful that she made this post, you cannot have one source of income. That is why a lot of people invest their money, and that they are so smart. Investments are so smart. And in reselling world, our investments are different platforms. Poshmark might be working really well for you, but you don't know. You could download Mercari and in a week have double the sales that you've had last week on Poshmark. Or you could do Kidizen. It is not just kid clothing, like I said in my other video. You can also post mama things, maternity, or anything, you know, that a woman might wear. It's anything for a woman. They just know men's clothing on there. Only thing. And then eBay, you can sell a shirt to a fishing reel, to shoes, to paintings, anything. So you can't expect the same people to be on one thing because we're all so unique. And there's people out there that probably have only used eBay, so they're only going to be shopping on eBay. They only have Poshmark, so they only shop on there, so on, vice versa. So don't have one stream of income. And if you have any questions, I'm here. Like always, I'll leave my email, I'll leave my Poshmark closet, all my referral codes if you want to join up. No pressure. But hopefully this kind of motivates people, because I've also started doing a spreadsheet to keep track of my sales each month, so maybe next year I can, you know, see some kind of growth. And I'm wishing everybody a happy May. Please be safe during this pandemic we still have going on out there. And as usual, stay hippie.